you look at video, look at it more for the things you don't know
Okay.
than the things that you like or don't like.
Okay.
Because it's almost like we all have a model in our head of what we think we do. And when it doesn't, like, match that, I call that a blind spot.
Okay.
So if I went over and hit a golf ball for you, my left foot does this right before I start back every time.
Huh.
And if you said, hey, Neil, I don't want your left foot to move before you start back,
You would do it anyway.
and I go, okay, I'll go change that. Well, guess what? It doesn't change. I have no idea it happened.
Huh.
So the only way I could literally, and this is true, the only way I could change it is first know that it occurs. And then I can keep it, on the ground. The university, U of A, Houston Country Club's head greenskeeper is the state champion duck caller.
Say that one more time.
The guy at Houston Country Club is a state. He's won the state championship.
Duck calling? Really?
Yeah, the guy can blow it.
See, I can't, and I would love to hear it.
It's unreal. Like, he brings me Richington duck calls and gives them to me.
So expensive. I mean,
Like, here you go. Yes, I've got 2 or 3 of them. Anyway, back to this. When, like, some of the way your upper body works has a lot to do with how much rise is in your right hip. Okay. There's 2 kinds of guys here. That's never going to stay on about. I'll throw it away there. Just toss something around. The trailing hip, if it turns back 30 degrees, let's say, it should only rise 10. It should be a third of the turn.
Okay.
If it turns 40 degrees, it should rise 12. So forth and so on. Your right hip rises, but you don't have any turn. And that's why your right leg straightens, and you get stacked forward a bit.
Okay.
So you
So what do you mean I don't have any hip turn?
You have 0 hip. Like you have. I mean, when you watch the 7-iron, it's real obvious. This guy rises, and there's no. And I don't want slide, and you may have had some at one point in time, like a lateral movement. But you have. I mean, right now your hips are 0. And you just started down. I mean, I bet you have 15 degrees of turn in your hips on the way back. And your lower body outraces your upper body in a big way, but it has more to do with the backswing sequence.
Hey, that's actually straighter than I thought it was going to be. I use a chicken wing.
Well, your left arm breaks a little bit there, but it's this. Like the right hip just goes up, and then as you start, now you're gone.
Yeah, I'm done.
And I would say, and really what's crazy is your foot stability is pretty good.
Everything from here to there, that was already as clear as it was going to be. It was just playing catch.
Well, and yeah, it's truthfully passing energy. If I'm going to watch you with a towel,
Okay.
right, I can't keep accelerating the arm.
So eventually you got to pop
I've got to stop the arm to put the energy into the towel, and that's what the hips do. They go to a place and lock for a second. They're just crazy fast to that place. They should do that. But my hope is that we get more rotary back, and they're not as crazy through.
Cool. All right.
In truth, I mean, here's
So let me ask you this: in order for me to actually ever square the club face, I'm doing that with my hands, or am I just getting lucky and sometimes I will time it right?
Well, your golf ball is crazy back, so I would think the miss would be right all the time. And there is some hanging back, but it's your lower body's going forward. Actually, I mean, this golf ball is like well back for me. And you're ahead
Wow.
Now this is tough on the lower back.
Yes, and that is probably why I used to go to a chiropractor very often. It's funny, I'm telling Jen, because I want to start going again, my wife, Jen. From here to here, every morning I wake up and it just feels like everything is compressed. I don't think that word just to say that it feels, not my muscles, but my spine.
Here, this is Andrew Landry. He played it when A&M, when Bronson hit the shot like this to win. This is who he beat.
Oh, really?
All right, Andrew's from Belmont. Played at Arkansas. See the hip direction in that.
Way back.
This is a little wedge.
Why he looks at the target.
Yeah, you'll never see yourself in it anyway. I mean, really, yeah.
That's fairly unconventional swing, though, right?
I mean, Dwayne's never looked at it. Duval never looked at it. I'm not a huge fan of going, look, you gotta have your eyes on the golf ball. I mean, you'll never see yourself hit it. Keith's won on every tour. Fergus.
Keith Fergus?
Yeah. He won Jack's tournament. He won
Really?
the Hope. He's won on the Nationwide Tour. He's a U of H coach. He's won 3 times in the championship.
Wow.
And he's probably the best ball striker I've ever seen.
Wow. It's all, man, it almost looks like all arms.
He has very little turn back, but it matches. He's like, I'm first in driving distance, I'm fourth in driving accuracy, I'm third in greens and regulation, I'm 80th in putting, and there's only 78 guys on this tour. That's right field, that's left field, that's steep, that's shallow. This is in, this is out. Half the ball, that's out, that's in, that's inside or hands outside. Just some terms. When I say steep or when I say shallow, it makes sense. This golf club's perfect everywhere. And not that everybody gets here, but
Who is that?
this is a girl that actually played at A&M Corpus, and now she's teaching school. But it was a model of mine that I'd go, it's just ideal. I mean, every frame's ideal.
Wow. That's pretty beautiful. So what do these kids, do they start super young?
No, actually,
Like,
this
do I
one,
even have a fighting chance to be a decent
oh
hitter?
yeah, you've got all kinds of gifts.
Is Drea?
Mm-hmm. She's a gift.
When's she gonna win?
She could putt, she could win. Her short game's not. And she doesn't believe in herself with that. Tee to greens, she could be the best of her. She's crazy good. She has so much talent. She grew up playing fast pitch baseball.
Wow.
If anything, she backs her hips up too much. Like, she could be more lateral on her lower body on the way down.
Yeah, she kind of spins on a
Yeah.
on a post.
This is really good too. This is the tech coach now. I want you to see his right hip. Yeah. It sits back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll sit back into that.
So when I'm here, this is nothing.
Your
sitting
right
going
hip
up
rises.
instead
It's
of-
got to sit back. Yeah. You'll see. Let me show you that you're behind you. here's a. This is to me a perfect impact. And when I'm looking at at impact, I'm going to see ball of the foot, kneecap, hip joint, shoulder joint. Ball of the foot.
Yeah.
Kneecap.
Oh wow.
Hip
Yeah.
joint, shoulder joint, and wrist joint ahead. When the right arm straightens here, the right shoulder, right hip look together in the turn through it. This is a longhorn, but pretty good here. This is crazy width in the backswing. And I like where he is here. Lance and Matt Van Zandt played on the same high school team. Lance went to UT, Matt went. Love how that right, like ball of the foot, kneecap, chest is against that, like the right shoulder's over that hip, but the arms are crazy wide.
Yeah.
And here's one of Tiger.
So how far does he hit it?
He's pretty far for not a big in stature guy, but he's crazy directionally good. Like he doesn't miss it offline.
Chris Stroud. That worked for him.
I don't. He was just here with Dolly. That ball's up.
Wow, that's an iron?
Yeah, 600. I like a lot of things he does.
How is he? Is he a nice guy?
He's awesome. He's just a little quirky. Like he's very, very into mental stuff. Like huge belief systems of.
Did you ever work with Andrew Parr?
No, he's that way too.
Yeah, he's the same way.
He just
He's a
like
Buddhist,
if you told
like,
yeah.
and not to have anything against that. I'm just saying, like his.
If you told him don't eat red meat, he'd win. He would, you know.
He's. I've got to get into my zen before I hit my
Yeah.
my shot.
Yeah. Crazy Canadian.
Yeah, I was at. Yeah, for sure. I was at.
Love that.
I watched him play TPC Louisiana when he played the Zurich Classic. Probably his first big actual place where he scored a top. And there was nobody following him, and I had followed him around because I knew a couple of guys from in that knew him, so I just wanted to check him out. He's pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just. But I mean, nobody does it better.
Yeah, this is 07, but where he's a little more off the ball than he is now, but still love this look right here. Lower body up, you know, this. Like the chest is stacked over there.
And there's this guy. He'll be on your list of things not to do.
No, it's just this right hip rises and straightens. The left knee maybe jaunts a little forward.
And I dip so much.
And your right shoulder goes back and out. And there's three axes of movement. There's the side-to-side stop, and there's forward and back, and there's rotary. If there's any lean towards here, as in the spine's going down, it's some lag stuff, and I could care less about that. This is a perfect posture to me.
That's good?
50 to 55 is what I'm looking for.
So that's good.
Yeah, really good. Alignment in knees, feet, hips, arms, shoulders, all that. Really good. Club gets a little bit inside right there, but the right leg goes into straight and the club's a little flat right here. Like, it looks like there's hip turn, but there's really not. It's just the right leg straightens. I like where you are at the top. I don't like how you get there.
Okay.
That makes any sense?
Sure.
Okay. This right here, there's zero hip turn. Crazy flexible. Okay. Now the hips are gone. Okay. Club's perfect.
Then why can't I hit a good shot?
Because you're out of sequence. Where your arms are to where your body is don't match. You have all the ingredients.
Just the timing.
You just don't put it in the pan the right way.
Okay.
Like if we have the best recipe to make crawfish etouffee. You know, you're pouring the late, right? So put it this way: when your hands are waist high right here, when your hands are waist high, look at your chest and your knees. But the club's perfect.
Yeah, my knees look
Gone.
bent and compressed, and my
What's
chest.
crazy is there's so much flexibility because your feet are still on the ground. You have great foot stability. You've got a lot of good things happening here. I don't like the direction of the backswing, but it's not time to change that because this is perfect. Now, hitting a half shot would be an issue. That's why you shank your pitches, or the shorter wedges. Because the club's too flat and it has to steepen and it goes off.
So that's why I can't hit a punch.
That too. Yeah, your spine's a little bit towards, but that's the least of my worries. Now, this I don't understand. Unless at one time,
I've done that since day one.
Okay,
And I hate it.
well, I can get that changed like this.
Okay.
But it's just some left arm stuff for that. Let me give you 2 looks. You can barely see this. This is Zach Johnson. I love announcers talk about how fast he has to turn to keep from hooking it. Here's the same place, chest high, or hands waist high, as you.
Knees are together.
His knees are square.
Yeah.
His hips are dead square, right there. And every announcer on television is going, "Oh, he turned so fast." Oh, really?
It's all, yeah.
I mean, you're.
It just looks fast. It just got faster.
Yeah, no, it looks, but it's not. Here's another question.
You're in Louisiana.
This is Houston Open.
Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry. Did you film this?
Yeah. Like,
He let you?
yeah, I always go ask, but he's a really good kid, actually. Hands are low, his club's perfect.
So what is he? I mean, he looks like he's.
He has a lift in the shaft. It's perfect right here. Every golf magazine doesn't show you these, that frame. The club and left arm are perfect. Now he lays it a bit and he shallows his hands. The club's dead on. But look at his chest here and his lower body.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get you to. It's like there is no, and I can't say his hips are crazy turn. But the start of the downswing, it's not so much.
It's not as firing.
Oh
and
my
spinning
gosh.
Out. It's almost quiet.
Yeah.
And he's almost leaning into the ball. Looks like.
Well, there might be a little lateral, but look how high the right shoulder stays. Right, where he just kind of backs down a little bit. But
So does he trap? So naturally, does he trap the ball?
he can hit it down, but he hits it pretty good. I mean, he practices it and cuts a lot too.
So no, I've heard a lot of this. I just can't figure out how to get some of this into motion.
So here's what we do. We got to slow your lower body down. We got to get your right hip to rotate in the backswing.
Okay.
And I'd love to have your left arm more your squaring device and to rotate. However, that's not the most important thing. Getting your arms and your body more organized is the first thing. Okay? So I'm going to have you do something that you can't turn to hit it.
Wait.
And you can't. You're just going to have to use your arms.
Okay.
So as long as it all makes sense.
Okay.
We are going to learn to turn the right hip in the backswing. And I'll give you some homework for that.
Cool.
But what I want you to do is grab your gap wedge or sand wedge. I'm going to have you hit some 30-yard shots and some 50-yard shots.
Okay.
And that red flag's 50.